Okay, this is a video on how to replace the two axle bearings on a 10-inch wheel. So these are the two bearings that we'll be sending you. And now we'll show you how to install them. Okay, the first step is to take the suspension cover off. Second step is to undo that nut with a 22mm socket wrench. Okay, that's just more like a cap. The fourth step is to get the 14mm socket wrench. And take off that one. Then take out the washer sitting behind that last nut. Okay, take off the hub, as you already know how to do. Take out that lock pin. Put it in the basket. Okay. Tap out the central axle, and then the whole axle comes sliding out from this side. You tap it from one side, from the left, and it comes out the right. So you'll have this whole axle now, and now that that's in your hand, you'll be able to see that it's dead straight. That should be dead straight. Yeah. Okay, so the first bearing is on the right side. First of all, it's got a pinch clip in it, so put some long nose pliers into each side of the hole of that clip, press it down, and then the clip will come out. Okay, to get out the left side bearing first, this bearing on the left side, we're going to put a long bolt down inside the hole and then tap it out. There it is, it just popped out onto the ground. So that's bearing one out. The left side bearing has now come out. Now do the same for the other side. And then the right side pops out. So on either side you tap it out with the long bolt. So that's the two bearings are now out. Now we'll put the new ones in. Okay, take off that little rubber cover. Put lots of grease inside. Put the cover back on. do that to both sides. The cover back on. Wipe some grease around the inner bearing hole sleeve and press that back in. This is a round piece of metal. If you don't have one, just use a bolt or something else to tap that bearing in. So tap that in all the way as far as it can go. So that bearing has been tapped in as far as it can go to the back wall of the bearing housing. Okay, put the sewer clip back in. Just give it a bit of a tap, make sure it's in all of the way. Okay, now get the axle and grease the axle up. Can't put too much grease on the inner axle. So we'll just put one bearing in, and now we're going to put the axle back in. Slide that in. Tap it in. Make sure that you don't tap that axle in flush all the way in. There's about 6 millimeter exposed from the washer. So don't tap that in all the way. There should be about 5-6 millimeter left exposed. Then turn it around and now put the left side bearing in, which is the smaller one. Cover it in grease, put that little black sleeve over it. That's 2 sides done. Then that'll simply slide over the axle and be flush with the suspension. With the socket, now give it a bit of a tap in. So that's tapped in right to as far as it can go to the back. And you saw how he tapped that in with the socket over the outside of it. That's a handy way to tap that all the way in. Okay. Okay, then put the spring clip over. And then put this nut that you took off before, put that back over the spring screw that over the spring clip. Turn, once that's hand tight, turn it around. Put the lock back in. After you put the lock back in, now place the hub and the wheel over the axle, put the wheel back on. Put the washer. The nut. And then do that up with your 22mm socket. Okay, then with the 14mm socket, tighten the other side. Okay, grease the cap up, fill that full of grease, and put the cap screw in. Your 22mm socket. Okay, put the cover back on. And then of course put your split pin back in. Alright, that's how you install the two bearings. They're the two old bearings and the old axle. And that's about it. Thank you. Here's an image of what the axle looks like with the right hand bigger bearing and the small bearing on the left hand. Right in there's a sleeve where the bearing fits over, and that's why you can see on the right side there's about 8 millimeters of space. So that just helps you envisage how the two bearings are on once the axle's inside the hub, the suspension and swing arm. So, thank you.